Good afternoon everyone. Myself Dr. Tamanna Mahajan, consultant ENT. Today I'll be discussing about a topic fungus, which you have been reading and which you have been listening a lot about in news right now. I'll be trying to cover up the most common questions being raised. So coming to the first question, what are the different types of fungus? There have been news about different types and colors of fungus like black, white and yellow fungus. So let me tell you first of all that these fungal diseases have been very common and they have been occurring since ages together. But since the onset of the pandemic of COVID-19, no doubt about it that these fungal infections have increased. So what are the different types of fungi? First, the black fungus. It is also called as mucormycosis. Second is the white fungus. It is also called as candidiasis. And third is the yellow fungus, which is also called as aspergillosis. The white fungus or the candidiasis is very common. It is also called as oral thrush if it occurs in the oral cavity. It can occur in other areas like wet hands, wet feet, private parts, etc. Another is the black fungus, which is a very deadly fungal disease. It occurs only in patients, only in people who are immunocompromised. Immunocompromised means those who have very low immunity. The third is the aspergillosis or the yellow fungus, which is relatively new, which has been increasing since the COVID-19 pandemic, but it is a very rare disease. The next question is, what are the symptoms and treatment options? The symptoms of the fungal disease depends upon the site of involvement. The most common site of involvement is the nose and the paranasal sinuses. Through the nose, it can go into the eyes and from there it can go into the brain. So it is called as rhinoorbital cerebral mucormycosis. If it occurs in the sinuses, patient may have facial swelling, patient may have nasal obstruction. And if you look into the oral cavity or in the nose, you may find black or greyish colored patches. If it involves the lungs, patient may have cough, chest pain, fever, headaches, and these are the most common symptoms. Whenever you find any patient supposedly who is diabetic, who is taking steroids, who has been improving, who has been deteriorating, or who has been suffering from COVID-19, who has undergone organ transplant. So all these are the patients who are at risk of fungal disease. If any of these patients is developing pain in the nose, pain in the eyes, difficulty in seeing, blurring of vision or facial swelling, they should report to the hospital immediately. Now, what are the treatment options for the fungal disease? The treatment options consist of two things. One is the medical management, another is the surgical management. Medical management involves giving injectable antifungal drugs. The most common antifungal drug, which is the most effective against mucormycosis, is amphotericin B. But the only problem with amphotericin B is it is a very toxic drug, so it has to be given only in a hospital setting. The another option is a surgical management. In surgical management, patient has to undergo surgery so that the disease which has affected the tissues, which has damaged the tissues, those damaged tissues should be removed. Another question is it true that patients with COVID-19 are at risk? Yes. Patients with COVID-19 are at risk, but it is not only the patients who are at COVID-19, it is all those patients who are immunocompromised or who have weakened immune responses. Like as I have already told, patients who are diabetic, who have uncontrolled diabetes, cancer patient, hospitalized patient, organ transplant patients, patients on steroid for other diseases, other connective tissue diseases, and patients who are admitted at the ICUs who have been treated with steroid injections, but not all patients admitted in the ICUs will develop the disease. Another are the patients, COVID-19 patients who are doing self-treatment. Those are the most commonly involved patients right now. what happens in peripheries, in villages or in cities also, patients are hearing that due to steroid their COVID-19 will be going away very fast. So what is happening? Due to the steroid, the body's immune response is getting weakened, which in turn is putting the patients at risk of this disease, which is a very deadly disease. So please don't self-medicate yourself. Coming to the next question, is it a fatal disease or non-fatal disease? Coming to the mortality rate, it is 50% mortality rate of mucormycosis. If the disease is treated early, if it is diagnosed early, there are chances that patients will recover definitely. But if the treatment or the diagnosis is delayed, it might lead to fatal or lethal complications. The last question is, what precautions can be taken to avoid getting this disease? See, what happens is, why fungal diseases are common in the nose? The reason is, whenever we are breathing, even healthy patients, even healthy people, we are daily in and out, we are inhaling spores, we are inhaling fungal spores, we are inhaling allergens, but patient who is healthy will not develop the disease. Only who have weakened immune response will develop it. So what can be done to avoid it? If you know that you have a weakened immune response, if you are taking drugs for it, if you know you are suffering from COVID-19, you can avoid going to places which are damp and dusty, like construction sites. If you cannot avoid it, at least wear a N95 mask. Another is, don't go near the soils. If you are doing gardening like farmers, you cannot avoid it. You have to wear gloves. You have to wear protective clothing. So that are all the precautions. Another, if ever you encounter that there is any skin injury or anything like that, you should clean it with soap and water. So my take-home message from this session would be, please don't self-medicate with steroid or whatever you come across on the news or media. Please visit a doctor if you develop any of the symptoms. Thank you.